When my stepmother stole everything my father left me, I was too young, too alone, and too heartbroken to fight back. But I promised myself one thing: I would never forget, and I would never forgive. 4 years later, I came back with a plan that turned her perfect life into a public, irreversible nightmare. My name is Olivia. I'm 26 now, but this all started when I was just 18. My dad was my hero. He raised me after my mom passed away when I was 12. He was kind, successful, and always made me feel safe. We were a small family, but we were everything to each other. Then came Denise. She was younger than him, beautiful in a cold, calculated way, and she knew exactly what to say and how to say it. Within a year, she had convinced my dad to marry her. I didn't trust her from the start. She smiled too perfectly. She acted like my best friend around my dad. But when he wasn't around, her words turned sharp and cruel. "You're just the leftovers from his old life," she told me once, smiling sweetly while holding her champagne. I left for college at 18, excited to escape her, but just 6 months later, I got the call. My father had died. A sudden heart attack. No warning, no history of heart problems. I rushed home, devastated. But Denise? She looked relieved. She didn't cry at the funeral. She didn't even try. The reading of the will shattered me. My father had supposedly left everything to Denise: the house, the cars, his businesses, even the watch he always promised I'd inherit. The lawyer looked uncomfortable, but the documents were airtight. I got nothing, not a cent. I knew in my gut something was wrong. Denise wasted no time. She sold the house I grew up in, sold my father's company, bought herself a penthouse, and flooded her Instagram with luxury trips, spa visits, and designer shopping hauls. While I struggled to pay tuition, she flaunted a diamond necklace worth more than my entire education. I tried to fight it, legally. But every lawyer I contacted told me the same thing. The will was solid. No obvious fraud. No legal standing. I broke. I dropped out of school, took a low-paying office job, and for a while I just survived. But I never stopped thinking about it, about her. And then one day I made a decision. If I couldn't fix the past, I'd destroy her future. I started with knowledge. I enrolled in online courses: law, finance, digital forensics. I took night classes while working during the day. I devoured books on fraud, estate manipulation, and money laundering. Then I changed my identity. Under fake names, I applied for jobs in finance firms, tax offices, and even a private investigation company. I learned how to dig through shell companies, follow money trails, and track hidden assets. For years, I watched Denise, quietly, patiently. I found out she was now running one of my father's former businesses, using it to launder money through shady offshore investments. She had no idea someone was watching her from the inside. Using a fake persona named Sophie Quinn, I created a shell corporation overseas and offered her an exclusive opportunity, an investment promising insane returns. I made it look real. Professional websites, fake testimonials, a fake CEO with a LinkedIn profile. Denise was greedy. She responded within a week. Within 2 months, she wired $2.5 million into the account. That account? It was built specifically to trigger international financial monitoring systems. The moment her money touched it, I activated the rest of my plan. I compiled everything: emails, forged signatures, payment trails, secret offshore accounts. I created a digital report that looked like it came from a whistleblower inside her company. Then I sent it to everyone. the IRS, the SEC, the FBI, local law enforcement. Even a couple of journalists I found online. 2 weeks later, Denise hosted a massive charity gala. It was supposed to be a tribute to my father. She posed for pictures under a banner that read, "In loving memory of Richard Lane." She wore a $50,000 gown. She smiled for the cameras, gave a speech about love and legacy. And then the authorities walked in. In front of hundreds of guests and dozens of reporters, they arrested her. Fraud, forgery, tax evasion, embezzlement. She was handcuffed mid-sentence, her diamond earrings glittering under the flash of red and blue lights. The next day, every major outlet was covering the story. Wealthy widow arrested in shocking financial scandal. A forensic review of her records revealed everything, including a forged version of my father's will. Turns out the real one had been hidden. In it, I was named the sole heir. Denise had paid off a shady lawyer to swap the documents days before my dad died. That lawyer? He vanished. But now, with the real will recovered, everything changed. The court reversed the estate. Denise was sentenced to 10 years in prison. I reclaimed my father's assets. Every property, every business, every last share Denise tried to erase me from. I walked into the office that used to belong to my dad, the one she redecorated in all white marble and gold, and I took it back without saying a single word to her. The house she kicked me out of, I didn't move back in. I sold it. It held too many ghosts, and I'd already said goodbye to them years ago. I sold what I didn't need, liquidated unnecessary assets, and reinvested in the parts of my father's empire that still had integrity. But I didn't stop there, because this story, my story, wasn't just about revenge. It was about legacy, about justice, about making sure no one else would have to go through what I did. So I took a portion of the money and I created something bigger than myself, something she never would have expected, the Richard Lane Justice Initiative, a foundation named after my father, dedicated to helping victims of estate fraud, contested wills, financial abuse, and coercion. We offered free legal support, emotional counseling, and investigative resources to people who'd been silenced, manipulated, and stolen from, just like I had been. In its first year, we helped 200 families fight back. In its second year, we changed laws in 3 states, and every single win felt like another nail in the coffin of Denise's illusion of power. Sometimes I wonder what she's thinking. Denise, alone in that sterile prison cell with its gray walls and broken pride. I wonder if she still dreams of the luxury she used to bathe in. The penthouse view, the champagne, the silk robes. Does she watch the news and see me standing at podiums, cutting red ribbons at charity events named after the man she betrayed? Does she realize the world knows now? Knows what she did? Knows who she really is? Because the media didn't just cover her arrest, they followed the trial, the sentencing, the fallout. And now, every time someone Googles her name, they don't see glamour or wealth. They see fraud. They see liar. They see thief. I didn't just get revenge. I got justice. And she got exactly what she deserved.